Welcome to Real with me, Zara King. I have been in business and personal development for years alongside raising my family. I started in the beauty industry in 2011, moved into network marketing and then coaching and NLP. This podcast originally began helping beauty professionals, and now I support ambitious women in a wider arena of service-based businesses. It is all about real, uncensored conversations on coming home to you and your alignment. You are done playing at a level that you know you've outgrown, and you're ready to go all in on creating more income, more freedom, mental clarity, and a business that actually works for your life. Inside this podcast, we talk real business, real life, and the hard parts most people avoid, from identity to strategy and what it actually takes to grow as women and mothers who want it all. So if you're ready to trust yourself fully and step into your next level, you're in the right place. Hello, and welcome back to another episode. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are well. I hope you're having the best summer ever, and I am so excited to give you this episode. Oh my goodness me. If this wasn't something in the moment, I do not know what is. One of my clients might be listening to this. If you are, oh my goodness. So I just got off a call with one of my clients. This is a client who I've been working with now, I think for 5 months. Anyway, she's incredible. We've been working together for a while. She's tripled her income since we started working together. Tripled it. What? I want to talk about it because A, is a very good number. B, she should be so proud. And C, I'm absolutely buzzing for her. That isn't the part of the call that has stuck with me. That's actually not what's made me come on here today. And that isn't even what our call was about today. That was our call a few weeks ago. But what has stuck with me today and why I wanted to jump straight onto my mic and give you this episode is because she literally just said to me in the opening of our conversation, I feel so rich right now. And not just with money, but rich with time. And I was just, it gives me the tingles. And I just sat with that for a second because I was like, in 5 years of doing this, this is always the best moment when a client says to me, I'm rich with time. And I just honestly I can't actually put it into other words. It is just an incredible feeling when you know you have helped another woman create that for herself. And I know, like I said to her, you've done all of this. You have done all of this. You're incredible. And the thing is, right, most of us are just searching for some sort of rich money. And actually, the feeling that you get when you realize you're rich in time is just something else. It is honestly something else. So first and foremost, if you're new here, welcome. I know there's an intro, but I'm Zara King. I'm a mother of 3, soon to be 4, currently enjoying my 6-week break with my children. So you're listening to this a few weeks later, maybe a month, I think. And I'm a business coach and identity coach. I've been doing this for 5 years. I help women create freedom in their lives around a business that they fucking love. Oh, it's just so good. And I love what I do. I've been in all sorts of places over the last decade, over a decade now. And I love helping women do this type of thing. If you are new, like I say, welcome and thank you. And take a screenshot, pop it on your stories on social media and tag me at Zara King. I always ask for that because I just think it's so nice to see who's listening, where you're tuning in from. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you want to hear on the podcast. And also leave a review, please. If you haven't already, even if you're an OG, you've been around here forever, please do leave a review on all the platforms because it really just does help get this in front of more people that need it. So that's my little intro for you. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. So let's just talk about the tripled income bit first, because I know that some of you want the practical version of how on earth she has done this. And I just want to say that she has grown this income through doing things like the basics, but doing them better and properly. We've gone through all of her positioning, okay? her identity. She's having better sales conversations than she's ever had. She's following up with people, which is brilliant, in the most natural way to her. Like, it doesn't feel icky. There's no guilt around it. You know, she understands more about it and she feels good about it. She understands her own business model better than ever, and how it can create more sustainable income for her, how it can go into semi-passive income for her. She understands her worth. She charges the price that she needs to charge. Nothing absolutely wild, like nothing you haven't heard me say 10,000 times if you've been here a while. It's just doing the stuff, the unsexy stuff, properly and consistently. And when she was telling me about it, not today but a few weeks back, about the income, she mentioned as well, like it was like mid conversation. It was almost like a fleeting comment in passing almost. Do you know what I mean? And what she really wanted to talk about was other stuff going on around it. And even today, in today's call, when she told me about feeling free, it was so much to do with the fact it wasn't about the money and the facilitating that for her. It was having her Monday off with her little one, like one extra day off from her other job. And she's describing it like it was like the biggest thing she's ever done in her whole career, you know. And it's massive. And I think it just tells you, like, the freedom side of things is far bigger and better than the money side of things. So yeah, that's what we've worked on to increase her income, just so that you know, because I am excited about that for her, and it is allowing her these choices. And that's why she now has told me, I feel free in time, because we've been able to recode her identity using my methods. We've then been able to work on the business that has then allowed her to free up the time. You come first, okay? If you want to know what's the order is we work on you first, we work on the business, we free up your time. So she said something to me today. I think it was like, it's just about like the time, and not even understanding how much like that fulfills all the voids. And the way she said it, it's obviously this isn't going to be word for word, but it was like, it fulfills all the voids that like you didn't really know until you have it now. Like, do you know what I mean? And I just thought, voids, oh my God. And that word just stuck with me as well, as you can tell, because I think we're all chasing like what we think we want, which is more money, and we think the void is this whole big pot of money at the end of it to give us happiness. But for most of us, actually, it is time. You know, we want the money because we think the money buys back the time, but somewhere along the lines, and where we're so busy and everything, we forget that the actual goal isn't the monetary value itself. It's like it's what it allows, it's the choices, it's the time, and all of that. So she had to celebrate at the beginning of our call having an additional day off from her job. She had one day, there was, you know, no phone in front of her. There's no laptop in front of her. Just a very nice, chill day with her and her little one. Yeah. And she said it felt surreal because obviously she's worked so hard to get there, but it's tasting the fruits of the work properly for the first time, you know. And that is what I want you to hear. I don't want you to think that you need to go out and set a massive monetary goal to get you there. It's, you know, think about, instead of doing that, think about, what are you building this business for? What are you building this money for? Because if you don't know that off the cuff, like straight away, to say to me, these are the big goals, these are the reasons why I do what I do, that is external from money, then you're going to feel really shitty. You know, you're not going to feel rich, especially not rich with time. And I see this happen all the time to people who are earning actually really good money, i.e. me, when I was back running my service-based face-to-face beauty business. And I still felt like I had not achieved a lot because I didn't have the time that I really wanted until I made that happen. Do you know what I mean? It's like you don't realize it until you really get there, and the money just isn't going to fill that void. So yeah. Now, the part that I think is actually super impressive as an achievement, she went away for a week for the first time in her business, or not for the first time in her business since her business has started, but it's the first time she went away while running her business and properly switched off. And this is the hardest skill to master. So this is really the reason why I wanted to come on get straight on my mic, have this conversation with you. It's not like I just posted some random content and kept hoping for the best while I'm secretly like checking my phone every 5 minutes at dinner with the kids and with my other half or whatever. It's not that. It's not, oh, my brain was constantly thinking about work, but I was pretending to be present. It's not that. She was switched off. Actually switched off. She didn't even reply to messages. Someone even messaged her about a collaboration and she would normally jump at that, okay? And she just put it aside and she didn't touch it and she wasn't even tempted. She was like, I've got this, like a round of applause to myself because I can never normally do that. And this time I did it. So I just want you to know what this actually is, because it sounds pretty small, right? But it isn't. It's massive, and it's time management, yes, but actually it's more of an internal skill. It's a nervous system skill. It is regulation. And this is what I often talk about is, being the version of you who is regulated, being the version of you who can resist a certain thing that would pull you back into scattiness, chaos, God knows what, yeah? Because just imagine the version of this client a year ago before we were working together. She would have had literally that message come in and she would have had her attention diverted straight away onto the phone, onto the DM. It would have felt urgent for her. She would have felt like if she didn't reply straight away, she would have lost the inquiry. She would have felt like she needed to reply within the hour or she'd lose the opportunity. Or even if it was a client, it might be that she'd lose the client, she'd lose the money, she'd lose this thing, the opportunity. And now there's none of that. That's massive. And that is an internal thing that is not easy. It's really hard to get to that point of full certainty, full clarity that it's okay to actually take time to not be attached to somebody else's request, somebody else's urgency. Literally, she said to me, there is no more 10 p.m. replying anymore. If someone messages me at 10 p.m., I'm not responding, and I'll get to it, and they're still there. And I said to her, isn't it great when nothing falls apart when you do this? It's not like a crazy fluke. It is actually what happens when you actually put your nervous system first, and instead of running the place from scarcity, like fight or flight, you're running the business from a place of calm and certainty. That is what that is. And that is actually what we do when we work on the identity recode first. That's why this is possible. It is so possible, and it takes some practice, not additional time in your day because you're already having thought processes and things anyway, but this is where that comes in. And she also said to me as well, with everything going so well, she said her income's tripled. Obviously she's got more time and there is more peace, there's like more time with the kids and it feels good. She caught herself saying something like, okay, so what is going to go wrong now? Like, surely it can't just keep being this good. And we spoke about that on this call that we had today, and we spoke about it on the previous call a few weeks ago when we were talking more about the money. And I think every woman that I work with has this exact thought. I had it too. And I think at some point in our lives and in our businesses, what human beings are wired this way. Like, things start to go well and some part of us starts thinking, well, what's the catch? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is so good. When is it going to not be okay? Look, we're waiting for that bad, or not bad, but like negative news. We're waiting for something to drop. Do you know what I mean? It's like you just don't trust good to keep going. You can't just be good all the time, and we have this cap on ourselves, and we have to work through that because it's actually quite a natural thought process for us humans. We're always thinking that there's, like, with good comes bad. And she actually caught the thought instead of spiraling with it, and she flipped it, like I teach in the leadership loop. She flipped it. She says to herself, like, of course I can be happy forever. And then she, among other things in the process, and then she consciously chose to say, no, I need to keep feeling like this because this is what I'm going to keep attracting. And those were her words. Like, I need to keep feeling like this, and I will keep feeling like this, because actually that's what I'm going to keep attracting. And that's not like pretending. That's not a toxic positivity thing that you just see people online saying. That is a process that I teach. She's not just pretending that nothing's ever going to go wrong, because it can, and she's aware of that, but she's actually just using the process to refuse to let that anxiety coming into this amazing moment that has happened, right? She's refusing to let that change the way she's being. She knows that something could happen. Obviously it could. It's life. Life happens all the time. But it's how you choose to be and how you choose to stay grounded and regulated when the good shit's happening, and then all of a sudden when bad stuff's happening as well. Like, I hate the word bad, but like negative stuff's happening as well. Yeah. And just to hear, let me tell you, to hear a client say these words, I love it, because it means my work here is not done, but it's being, it's in its process, it's setting in, and it's working, and it's changing. And that's what I mean when the identity really is shifting. And it lights me up. It gives me the tingles. And anyway, I think this leads me on really nicely to something that you've probably heard me say before, but it's you attract what you're putting out. Which, you know, for example, let's just bring it back to the collaboration message she got. And I think this is actually what I did on the call with her as well. I said this. It's like the person messaged her, you know, and she said, I can't remember what she said about it. I think it was like, was it the collaboration? It might have been a different message actually, but basically she messaged someone like how she normally would, a normal introduction to her world. And the woman replied saying something like, oh my God, this is lovely. Like, for once, this is a lovely message to read. You know, I really like your message. And I said to her, this is what I said. I was like, this isn't a coincidence. You know, when you're calm, when you're not operating from a place of need, like needy energy, when you're not, you know, acting as if everything is urgent and like you need, and that, you know, life depends on you replying to these inquiries immediately, the energy comes through in your messages. People feel it, and you get that energy back, and they respond to you in that way, and it can feel completely different to how it used to feel. You know, it can feel so good, and it could be like there's just no panic under your thought process when you are sending a message, for example. And we've all been there where we've sent a message and we thought, oh, I wonder what they're going to say or whatever. Anyway, she didn't get that response, you know. She got a really great response because, and I do actually think it wasn't the collaboration one. I think that one just came in. I think the one I'm talking about now, I'm remembering now, was just someone had followed her. So she's messaged them to say like, welcome to my world, in a roundabout way that I kind of teach people to do. And she's gotten this response because she's so much calmer and like everything's lovely. You know, she's just a little bit different and the energy's a little bit different. And then she gets that energy back. And that is huge. You do get back what you're putting out. You really are going to attract the energy, but it's not just thinking about it, it's being it. And I think the prime example here is that she realizes she's being what we want. Like, she's being this energy of calm, full clarity. It's okay to enjoy time with my kids because I'm going to attract the people that respect that. If I'm on holiday with my kids and I don't reply to a collaboration message, of course it's still going to be there when I get back. Of course it is. Of course. Anyway, this was a quick one because I've literally just got off the call with her. If you're listening to this, by the way, I absolutely adore you. You know this. But here is what I want you to take from this one, everybody listening. Yes, set yourself a monetary goal. Yes, work your bottom off to try and build your business and reach your monetary goals. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you that the money doesn't matter, because it does. It buys you options, but do not let it be your only thing that brings you the joy and gets you in the good energy. Ask yourself, what am I actually building this business for? Why am I setting this monetary goal? What is beyond the money? What does it bring me? What choices does it bring me? What does it do for me? What does it do for my business, my clients, my family, the extended world? What can I give back? Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be time. Yeah, it's going to bring you time. It's going to bring you clarity. It's going to give you a peaceful Monday, okay? Where your phone doesn't get in the way of you and your little one, or you and your friend going for coffee. It's going to be the measure of your success in time as well. And that version feels like something so much bigger than just a number. And it's so much more than that. It is so much more than that. Yeah, but I just wanted to come on and say this. So hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully it's landing for you, and I'm hoping that you are creating this in your business so that you do get these slow days that I'm always talking about, so that you do get more freedom in your diary, so that you don't feel like you're just literally burning the candle at both ends, chasing your tail all the time, missing out on stuff. And if you've caught yourself in this part of this episode, you're like, oh, this is still me, just, waiting for the bad to happen or the negative, or you're still replying to people at 10 p.m. at night and you feel guilt every time you don't answer people straight away, and you feel like you're going to lose out on opportunities if you're not chaotic, let me know where you're at, where you want to be, and let's map out the next fastest path for you to have more freedom in your life based on what you do. DM me, I'm available. My links are in the description, and let me know what part of this is hitting home to you. Anyway, I hope you've loved this. I have. I'll see you on the next one.